thank you to everybody that has joined and the panelists. Big thank you. I think it's been a great conversation. And I think it's just a conversation starter. Really, this discussion could go on for days rather than just an hour and a half. But I think, and I think the report has highlighted quite a number of things which have also been highlighted in the discussion today. But I just want to make 3 comments. Actually, before the 3 comments, let me talk about next steps. So as Adu mentioned earlier, this is a pilot, and we would love for this to go to different areas, this research to go to different areas of Lagos. So of course, if anybody's interested, and I think some people mentioned, how can we think about public spaces in an area? I can't remember which area was mentioned earlier. So of course, we're interested in looking at other spaces in Lagos and doing this research and really understanding what the residents think and want within their community. So then in terms of my last comments, 3 things. I think government, has been mentioned a number of times, but I want to focus on the local government here. I think local government has a key place within these conversations. Residents associations are even closer to the people. But I think a bridge between residents and state government officials and federal government officials is the local government. And so we really need to work together with the different levels of government to kind of have more of these discussions and see what we can implement in communities. The second thing I want to say is innovation. We mentioned about creative people, creative institutions, creativity in general, but innovation is very important. We have to start thinking a little bit different than what is the status quo or what we're used to. So I think that's one thing that I would also like to highlight. And then last thing I think Adu also mentioned and started to talk about is that we all have a place, we all have something to do within this conversation. Yes, there are estate developers, there are residents, there's safety, security people. Like there is so much we all have, and then there's creative industry. And they're right architects as well. Sorry, I'm trying to remember everybody that's been in the conversation today. But we all have a place to play within this conversation, within the development of Lagos. And we shouldn't feel like, oh, because I'm just a resident, or because I'm only working within this sector, I don't have a place within this conversation. Everybody has a place to play, and everybody's voice should be heard in these kinds of conversations to ensure that we can design a Lagos and build a Lagos that actually takes care of all residents.